Tens of thousands of drag racing fans will descend on Baytown this weekend for one of the country's largest events of its kind. TX2K officially begins tomorrow night, and Harris County deputies will be making sure the roar of engines stays on the track. Matt Doherty is at the Houston Raceway tonight. Matt?
The field you see behind me will be filled with cars tomorrow night. This year's event is expected to draw the largest crowds of its history. This is where street racers come to burn rubber legally.
And I thought, how can we emulate a street race in a safe and welcoming environment where there's ambulance, fire, safety.
22 years ago, Houstonian Peter Block was a college student in love with racing. He came up with an idea to rent the Houston Raceway for one night so he and his buddies could have some fun. As the years went on, it grew.
There was no internet, there was no, websites, web pages, social media, none of that existed, so it was word of mouth with friends.
This weekend,
I anticipate will be closer to 35 or 40,000 people.
Hundreds of drivers come from all over the world for this.
There are two cars line up next to each other. They pace one another at 60 miles an hour. Clicks it green, and the cars that are next to each other race.
And each year during TX2K weekend, Houston area law enforcement agencies increase their presence on the roads. The Harris County Sheriff's Office says its units specializing in street racing and reckless driving will be out Friday through Sunday. A Sheriff's Office spokesperson says there's been an increase in street racing since 2019, which he says is driven by social media, where reckless drivers post themselves imitating what they've seen. Peter Block says what happens on Houston's highways has nothing to do with his event.
Nothing that TX2K does leaves these premises. What people choose to do on their own time, we can't control, but we don't condone it. Street racing's here whether we're here or not.
In Baytown, I'm Matt Doherty, KHOU 11 News.